This is the weather we've been waiting for. This is the crowd we've been waiting for. The ballpark's jumping tonight. Sean Doolittle bobblehead night. Sean loves the way it looks, by the way. He says they nailed it, and the Nats will try to do the same to game 2 against the Rockies behind Tanner Roark. Now, Tanner, kind of mixed results as far as the stats go, but he's thrown the ball pretty well. He's been very solid.
I mean, he was good last time out against the Mets, even though he gave up 5 runs. He gave up the grand slam to Cargo. He ambushed him on a first-pitch sinker, but he got a little picky with 2 outs, loaded the bases, gave up that home run, and then one to his dribble Cabrera. But I thought his front-hip sinker was as good as it's been all year. So the win at the Braves, he pitched well. Some tough luck last time. Couldn't keep the ball in the yard, but I like the way Tanner's stuff has been moving around this year. He was a little up out of the stretch last time, so keep an eye on. You got to keep the ball down to this Rocky squad. They like to hit the ball in the air.
And as we look at some of the offensive numbers of recent days, it sure would help if these guys would take some pressure off the pitcher so they don't have to be perfect.
Yeah, it's going to happen. It's just you got to be patient. I think it's time for a little concern, maybe not so much panic, but hopefully Dave Martinez's ball club can break out tonight and score some runs.
Nats a lot of runs early, only 26 in their last 9 games. Hey, don't fault Howie Kendrick. He's on a 10-game hitting streak, and it ties a Nationals record for the best hitting streak to start a season. Daniel Murphy did it last year. Rendon had a 9-gamer 2 years ago. So Howie carrying the mail right now. Let's hope he gets a lot of help on an exciting night at the yard. Today, PNC, make today the day. By Ocean City, Maryland. There's no end to the fun you'll have in Ocean City. Plan your trip today at OCOcean.com. And by University of Maryland, University College. Mr. Jefferson's Memorial looking beautiful on this Friday evening. Bryce is ready. A lot of excitement in the ballpark. The atmosphere with a big crowd, a bobblehead night. Not to mention the amazing weather, 83 at game time. As Tanner takes on this Rockies lineup featuring Nolan Arenado. So over the last several years, just under 400 RBIs. He has 6 so far this year on just 1 home run. Rockies are 7th in the league in runs, first with St. Louis in the league with 19 homers. Tanner career 1-1, 2 starts, 3 games against Colorado.
Yeah, we talked about his last outing against the Mets. He had some good stuff, maybe up at time. Going to try to get on top of that ball, get it down a little more tonight, but he struck out 9 Mets. The front hip sinker was working well to lefties. And check it out, righties just 1 for 16 against Tanner Roark this year. So here we go, beautiful night for baseball. Fans have been here forever getting their Sean Doolittle bobbleheads. So they're lubed up and ready to go, and so are we.
7:05. LeMahieu steps in. Up and in. 21 years in the big leagues for Ron Culpa, the home plate umpire. Gabe Morales, first base. Jerry Meals, the crew chief. There he is at second, and Ben May in the rocking chair at third. Here's the 1-0 pitch. In there. Tanner Roark, not known as a strikeout pitcher, but 15 Ks in his first 12 innings this year. So that complete record against Colorado, 1-1, 4.91 in 3 games, 2 starts against the Rockies.
But when you think about the Rockies lineup, Charlie Blackmon, who drove in over 100 runs as a leadoff hitter last year, was in the MVP conversation, comes to mind. He's out with the right quad. Nolan Arenado is always in the MVP discussion. He comes to mind. But the guy that's killed the Nats for the last couple of years is standing in the batter's box right now. I think the key to the game tonight is to get DJ LeMahieu out. Keep him off the base.
Yeah, with his 4 for 5 last night, he's hitting .391 career against Washington pitching. That one will stay in the yard, and Michael A. Taylor is there.
Look how far that carried. You kidding me? That was a pop-up.
That only went 380.
Get ready for some CU Taters tonight. It's going to happen, folks. Here's the defense. Kendrick Taylor Harper, your outfield. Turner Rendon on the left side. Wilmer Defoe with the start at second. Ryan Zimmerman at first, and Pedro Severino behind the plate. Michael A. Taylor patrolling central.
Here's Gerardo Parra. He's up there swinging, and there's a fly to left for Howie Kendrick. We may not see an outfielder come in for a fly ball all night.
Pop up and went to the track. Warm nights here at Nats Park. Ballpark going to play small.
And you face Arenado the way you like it. Bases empty, 2 outs. Yeah, of course, maybe has something to do with it. This guy's a great hitter. The last 2 years, he has set major league records for third baseman with extra base hits. 82 and 16, and then last year he had 87 extra base hits. He's been suspended for 5 games. Obviously the appeal is on, and he's in the lineup tonight. Parra got 4 games after that brawl with the Padres a couple of days ago.
How does that appeal process work? You say, I think I should get 3, and then they settle at 4.
Yeah, there's some negotiation. Sometimes the number drops a bit.
You have to have evidence that shows that you deserve less. Like I swung and missed at his head or something.
The first punch he did miss.
He did.
Because Luis Perdomo was retreating after throwing his glove at Arenado's head. He did a nice job of ducking the leather.
Well, Bryce missed with the helmet last year.
Yeah, and got that reduced eventually. 1-2. Tanner Roark, a strike thrower early in this one. Severino wanted the ball up, and third baseman way out ahead of it. Arenado is still only 26 years of age. He'll be 27 in 3 days. Colorado's second rounder back in 09.
Slider down.
Pretty well done.
Maybe a changeup. Looking at it again.
Tanner's opponent's batting average first 2 starts way down there at 205. Steven Strasburg in the background. He'll go Sunday after Max pitches tomorrow. So this is a big one for the Nats to get back even in this series and then take it from there. That got his foot. Foul ball.
He's chasing his own foul ball. Dave Martinez Ball Club. You'd think they'd come out here tonight ready to rock and roll. This place has been jumping for about an hour. Everybody in line for the new little bobbleheads.
I think everybody at home watching us, as soon as the third out is made, text anybody you know who's at the ballpark and tell them to get after it.
Yeah.
For the bottom of the first.
I mean, it's Friday night. It's always the best night at the yard, I think. Still filing in down Half Street.
Good battle here. 3-2 again. Tanner keeps pumping strikes.
They're keeping the ball down, doing a nice job. And Arenado is a guy that likes to fight the ball off to right center, especially with 2 strikes. Derek Lilliquist peeking out of the corner of his eye at something.
And the breaking ball way outside. So with more on the post melee info for the Rockies, here's Dan.
Bob, Nolan Arenado met with reporters after word of his suspension came down, was asked about the number of games that he got, said that he felt 5 was a bit too severe, was hoping for fewer than that. He said he was asked whether he would rush the mound again if that same type of situation happened. He said, Perdomo's throwing 96 at me on purpose. It's hard not to react in that situation. Said he felt like he had to defend himself there. He said you don't want to charge the mound, you don't want to set off a brawl, but he felt he needed to defend himself and essentially said he would do it again without saying it in that many words.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on in that series before that happened, and that ball sailed behind him, and we all know major league pitchers have better command than that. There's a good baseball man right there, Buddy Black, second year running the Rockies. One. Thanks to Arenado, Tanner Roark's going to end up around 20 pitches or so in this top of the first. And this one popped up. How far is it going? Trey Turner's there. 3 balls in the air around the walk, and Tanner Roark holds the Rockies down early. All right, let's get this ballpark going. Tonight, the Nats are 9th in the league in batting average, 8th in runs, 4th in homers, 1st in speed, and Pedro Severino has a 5-game streak. This kid's been outstanding overall, hitting .348, 500 on base percentage, walked 5 times, 3 RBIs, energy behind the plate and in the number 8 spot. Kyle Freeland 1-0 with .540 ERA. And he was a little lucky to beat the Nats with that decision last year.
Yeah, hometown kid from Denver, Colorado, 6'4", 203, 24 years old. Suffered the loss last start on the 8th against the Braves. Gave up 3 runs on 7 hits over 6. Struck out 5 in his 94-pitch effort. So 2-seam fastball, 4-seam fastball, slider, cutter, change. Fastball averages 92. Tremendous athlete, can really feel this position. He can hit too.
Trey Turner a check swing 1-1 as he faces Freeland for the first time. Turner, Taylor, and Roark, the Nats hitters who haven't faced this lefty before. Arenado even with the bag at third. He'll take a step or 2 in. Ball 2 outside. Trey 10 for 50 to start the season. 9 walks to go with the 10 hits. And he will try to drop one to left center. It is caught by a diving, rolling Gerardo Parra.
A good at-bat by Trey, hit it hard, no luck, as Gerardo Parra is ready for the baseball. See the hesitation in Freeland's delivery, and Parra on his toes, into a dive, secures the ball, little shoulder roll, nicely done.
He won a Gold Glove in left field in 11 with the Diamondbacks. 2 years later, he won one playing right field. Here's Anthony Rendon.
The Nats faced Freeland last year on July 30th at the ballpark. He gave up 4 runs on 9 hits in 5 innings. And your pick to click is in the hole right now.
Yeah, Ryan Zimmerman had a good night. Rendon, foul. Homer Defoe had a good night. He's in the lineup tonight.
Set the Rockies defense for you. You just saw Parra in left. Some guy named Ian Desmond in center. Cargo in right. Story and LeMahieu, the double play combo. Arenado, McMahon, the corners, and Chris Iannetta doing the catching.
What a night. Nats leader along with Howie Kendrick in hits. Rendon with 15. Anthony 1 for 3 career against Freeland.
You know, I always thought as a home ball player, it was important to get your fans involved in the game early. I mean, you're not thinking that so much in the middle of your at-bat, but you want to involve them early. You want to get them going, something to cheer about early in the game, so they're not just sitting around for 5 innings, then all of a sudden you ask them to get behind you. You know, thrill them early. Keep them engaged the whole game. It's one of the best things about playing in your home ballpark, especially in front of a Friday night crowd like this. You know, you obviously got your game plan. I'm looking for a pitch in the zone. You're trying to put the barrel on the baseball, get yourself some base hits. But, you know, get on base, score some runs, give them something to cheer about early. And now you got the momentum, and you've woken them up, no matter where you're at. Any ballpark, New York, Philly, Boston, here, it doesn't matter.
And Rendon battling now.
It's kind of like, you know, a musician coming out in a concert and playing one of their best songs first.
Yeah, yeah.
Get the crowd going, get them into it. And then you save your very best song for the encore, which would be the 9th in a walk-off, so we'll see.
Yeah, worry about the encore later. 2-2. That's a good pitch and a good take, ball 3.
I don't know if Kyle Freeland thought there was 2 outs or he was just going to get the throw around the infield, but he had a step toward the Rockies dugout right there. Back up on the mound, do it again.
So Turner hit the ball well. Rendon 3-2. He's going to take the 1-out walk with Bryce coming up.
So Arenado saw 10 pitches. Anthony Rendon with the 9-pitch walk. Nolan Arenado's way better. He saw one more pitch.
Yeah, it's 2 great hitters right there.
Look at the cleats. All right.
Bryce 0 for 3, couple of strikeouts against Freeland that night, late July last season. Rockies in a shift. Arenado out at shortstop.
Ooh. Right where he's looking for it. Maybe he's got on him a little quicker than he expected. Check out the cleats. Those are sharp, folks. Does it say Harper's Heroes on them? That is cool.
So the outfield around to the left. Harper straight up on the infield. That's Trevor Story, the shortstop, and he had to drift with that one.
All right, so that July 30th game we're talking about, Bob got to the booth today and said, I know who my pick to click is tonight. And I said, who? He said, Ryan Zimmerman. He went 3 for 4 with 4 RBI, hit 2 home runs in that game. That one you just saw off Freeland, another one off Neshek later in the game. That was a 3rd inning blast. So here he is in the 1st, and we'll see if Bob Carpenter called it today. I like the call.
That was the 2nd last day of July, and that home run got Ryan Zimmerman to 75 RBIs. And the challenge fastball in there. I think that's also the night Ryan passed the great right-handed hitter Eli Wallach of the Expos for RBIs by a right-hander in the organization, or at least 3rd baseman, 1st baseman. That's inside. 1-1. Tim Wallach was an outstanding low ball right-handed hitter. Hard hit, base hit. Great sound off the bat of Ryan Zimmerman, and Howie Kendrick, who's hotter than anybody in the ball club, has a 2-out chance.
Well, so far so good, Carp. 1 for 1, barrels this one up. Just got on top of it. You see the part of the baseball he hit just above the equator. So that one, if he got under, it might still be going. That was a 107-mile-an-hour single, and there goes a no-hitter.
Howie's on a 10-game hitting streak. Got hit by a pitch in 1 game. That was his only official plate appearance, so that did not interrupt the streak. He's 15 for 43. At .349 batting average, 7th highest in the National League. He got jammed, and this one will get out of play. Barely. Came twisting back, didn't it? So Howie Kendrick has a season-long every game he's played in hitting streak going. Nationals trying to add on to those 18 first-inning runs they've scored this year out of their 55 total. Piling up the doubles. Home run, 6 RBIs. Three and one.
For a little elevation here in a 3-1 count, trying to run into one. Betting on a 3-1 heater here. Let's see if he gets one.
Gap a little bigger in left center than the other way. And he is just ripping it all over the place. That'll fill the count 3-2 and give the runners a head start. There they go. Swing and a miss. How he might have gotten Iannetta with the backswing there. Nat Strand a couple. We are scoreless. Big crowd in the house tonight.
Rockies in town. It's Dream Foundation Day. Support the Dream Foundation by purchasing a mystery grab bag containing an autographed baseball by a Nats player, or could be by Dave Martinez. Sales begin at 11 a.m. in center field, and they will go fast. Get your game tickets today at nationals.com. Going to be a beautiful day at the Yard tomorrow. 105 Rockies are still here.
Yeah, they get to try to hit Max Scherzer in daylight tomorrow. Chris Iannetta's off to a great start. He's hitting .368 against right-handers, 4th best in the league, .333 overall. .231 career hitter prior to this season. .254 with the D-backs last year. And he's 1 for 4 career against Tanner, who threw 19 pitches, 12 strikes in the first inning. And he really had Iannetta out ahead on an 0-2 curveball. Strikeouts per 9 innings up every year since 15 for Tanner. Swing and miss percentage up significantly. But he's at his best when they're pounding it into the ground, and that fastball's up and away. 1-2. Mets are underway at home against Milwaukee. Braves won today. They shut out the Cubs 4-0. at Wrigley behind Anibal Sanchez. Off speed, got him. First strikeout. Tanner's got some good stuff going so far.
Well, done a nice job of keeping the ball down early. And you look at the slider here, it looks like a strike for about 50 feet and disappears, and the cheers you hear for Ian Desmond, who just stepped in the box.
Yeah, a lot of folks who weren't here last night giving their tribute. He won 3 straight Silver Sluggers with the Nats. Hit 110 homers and stole 122 bases while here. Batting average not where he wants it, but he's hit 3 homers with 9 RBIs.
The face guard that everybody's wearing nowadays is not conducive to dipping. Even seats, if you, I mean, there's nowhere to spin. Just hit that guard and come right back at you. I guess it's a good way to quit, and that's what everybody should
know. 1-2.
But yeah, you probably have to switch that out at least, I don't know, once a month. Probably gets a little funky.
Yeah. Hugging that face tightly. And a 1-2. Pop up right side. Wilmer Defoe out. He's letting Bryce know he's got it. Roark, 5 of the first 6.
All right, as you enjoy a bunch of Miller Lights on a Friday night, look forward to the whole true moment later in the ball game. Who will it be tonight?
Story hitting only 192, but another guy with 3 home runs. He's hit a career homer against Roark. Another breaking ball, another pop-up. Tanner really has their timing off early in this game. So 5 outs in the air. Michael A. Taylor bottom 2. Defoe and Severino. Energy ahead.
Getting rid of his big lead kick and going with more of a foot down early approach. I talked to him about it the other day. He told me he was willing to make the change this year, even after a really strong 2017, because he recognized the holes in his offensive game. He felt the times that he slumped, it was because of timing and pitch recognition, both of which can be made tougher at times with a leg kick. So he feels if he can improve those components, he could become a more complete hitter. Still thinks he can maintain the power and torque without the leg kick, saying consistent, solid contact leads to power. Hasn't seen the early results yet, guys, but feels it'll help him in the long run.
Well, we certainly hope that is true. Michael off to a start of 8 for 46 with 1 run batted in.
It's usually hard in season to tinker with a whole new stance because bats pile up. You know, usually you tinker with that in spring training because it didn't go on the back of your baseball card. And the logic behind Kevin Long's approach with Michael Taylor is great. You know, you keep that foot down, you can see the baseball, your head's still. And we've said a million times, leg kick guys are either really hot or really cold. There's no in between, because when you have all those parts moving, the timing is tough to replicate and be consistent with.
Yeah.
But when you're on, as we've seen with Michael A., ball goes far. And he barrels up a lot of baseballs, and he's a good bat ball hitter.
Hard to believe that after tonight's game, Michael A. might have 50 at-bats. That's like 8% of your at-bats already for the entire season if you have around 600. So it's 3-2 now.
I just always liken to the leg kick was when you time a green light perfectly, right? And the foot down early was you're stopped at the light turns green, and then your car goes. It's tough to get momentum going with that foot down early. You have to be strong.
Fastball nasty under his hands for a strike. 2 Ks in a row for Kyle Freeland. Nissan pitch cast.
Because when you get something going, now you have some rhythm in your swing, and we know that Michael A. is a rhythm guy. Right there, tough to pull the trigger on the Freeland cutter. That's just a good pitch, but it looked like it was by him before he could get off a swing.
I remember 2 home runs Wilmer Defoe has hit in his career. One was to right center at Chase Field in Phoenix. Last year he took this guy 415 over the bullpen in left field on that clear 81-degree night, July 30th. Hits that sharply just to the left of the bag.
Show me that tater that Bob's talking about. Here it is, July 30th, gone. I had a feeling he was going to hit one on that video we're showing you because we knew he did. But he's the Red Bull in this lineup tonight, right? Whenever Wilmer's in there, he makes something happen. He's the energy, he's exciting. He got his helmet taken off by Jose Lobaton.
Defoe had 3 hits in that game.
I enjoy, as a lot of Nats fans do, watching Wilmer Defoe play baseball. He has a pure joy and enthusiasm for the game. And he's pretty good.
2-1. Look out, Bob Henley.
Oh, 5-hole.
Hard breaking ball down and in. 3 strikeouts in a row.
It's tough to tell the difference between Kyle Freeland's slider and his cutter. They're both the same velocity. One's got a little depth to it, meaning it goes down and into a righty, and the other one just kind of changes lanes. That was maybe his best pitch so far.
Pedro 1 for 1 against Freeland. He had a pinch hit that night, that afternoon I should say, because every time we show a highlight it's bright sunshine. That was the first game of a day-night doubleheader. Severino a clean single to left off this lefty, and the Nats would love to see him turn the lineup over and get Tanner Roark to the batter's box in this inning. Really pulled the string on that one, it seemed, but it says 86.
Just keeping the ball down. I don't know what that is. could be a slider, a cutter, or a change. They're all the same velocity. I can't tell.
Yeah, just think about trying to hit it. That's a called strike. Kyle Freeland looking real sharp since the Rendon walk and the Zimmerman single.
Well, he's been trying to pop that fastball in with 2 strikes. He did it to Michael Taylor and Wilmer. See if they do it here. Seems like away early and then hard in late has been the pattern so far.
There it is. Strikes out the side. Taylor, Depot, and Severino. No score after 2.
Never see him, I'm always reading. It's a good one right there. Beautiful night for baseball, no doubt about it. Everybody having fun at the yard on a Friday night. I think that's Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz in the background right there. Brought to you by Dominion National, providing innovative high-value dental and vision benefits to area employers and individuals. Smile, it's Friday.
And a beautiful Friday it is. Tanner's going to have to be sharp. He has been already, coming off an 11-pitch second inning. Kyle Freeland dealing. And for the Rockies, 8-9-1. Starting with 23-year-old infielder Ryan McMahon. 3 for 19 in 17 games with the Rockies after a call-up. Last year he had 374 at AAA Albuquerque. Of course, some of the high desert there in New Mexico, pretty good hitting conditions. First pitch, bouncer to Defoe. Ryan McMahon is 1 for 18 to start this season, and Tanner gets a needed quick out. He'll face Freeland, the pitcher.
Yeah, all of the Rockies' first basemen are scuffling early to start the season. They're missing some guy named Mark Reynolds that the Nats are going to sign, it looks like, pending a physical by all reports and accounts, but not official yet.
Rockies' first 3 hitters, by the way, 943 on-base percentage plus slugging. OPS for the rest of the lineup, 587. So they're not getting a whole lot of the top 3 guys in Bud Black's lineup.
Somebody forgot to tell Bud that it's 84 today. He's got like 3 layers on. He thinks he's at Coors Field still. Gets a little chilly here at night.
That's one of the classiest baseball people you will ever meet, Bud Black. In there, 1 and 2. Freeland 1 for 3 this year. 9 career hits with a homer, 2 RBIs. Fastball up, and Tanner, second K. First time around, Rockies go 0 for 8 with a walk.
DC Toyota dealers help children and their families by making that $44 donation you're looking at on the screen to the Children's Inn at NIH for every strikeout by a Nats pitcher this season. $44.
LeMahieu, fly ball to center, starting the game. So the Rockies leadoff hitters, Blackman before he got hurt, 4 homers. LeMahieu has 4.
It's a good pitch.
Really had him locked up.
Well, it was a strike for a long time, and as a hitter, he saw a fastball away right there, and when he recognized it, he couldn't hold up. Doing a nice job of working the Rockies hitters east and west so far. What's that mean? Inside, outside. Showing them one outside, keep you honest inside, back to outside. See if he goes back out there again. No, he's doubling up in.
And LeMahieu opened up. He was ready for it, but he couldn't hit it fair. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons. They have our league leaders. As mentioned, Rockies and St. Louis into this Friday. The Buccos are 9-3 in the Central, and they're slamming. So's Bryce. He's at 6 of the Nats, 16, and the surprising Padres with 15. Eric Hosmer's had a good influence on their lineup. This one into left. Howie to his left. Maybe battling the lights a bit at the end of that. He's going to throw a souvenir into the bleachers, and Tanner Roark has been outstanding. Of Jackie Robinson's 1947 Major League debut. The Nats will commemorate Jackie and Black Heritage Day here. Nats Rockies 135. Go to MLBcommunity.org to learn more, and then to get here for tickets, nationals.com. Up there hacking, Tanner Roark hits it sharply right at DJ LeMahieu. So the first time through the lineup, the Nats go 1 for 8 with a base on balls.
And Trey hit it hard his first time up to left. Gerardo Parra robbed him. But Carp, you and I were talking during the break. One of the advantages to hitting down the order at the major league level is to find a hitter that's like you. Watch what the opposition does to that hitter, and even if you have a game plan before the game of what you want to do, it might change based on what you're seeing in previous hitters.
Right.
And if a guy falls into a pattern and you're paying attention on the bench, you kind of know what he's going to do to you. And right now, Freeland's throwing that change-up slider cutter thing early in the count, popping the fastball into right-handers late in the count. So if you're watching and you see the patterns he's fallen into, it's kind of dangerous with 2 strikes to look in. But if he's doing it consistently, and that's the MO, then you got to get him out of there. and you pay attention to what happened to, Michael Taylor with 2 strikes, Wilmer Defoe with 2 strikes. And if you're Pedro Severino, you're the 3rd guy in the inning, you go up there, you kind of got a good idea of what he's going to do to you. And it shouldn't surprise you if you're the 3rd hitter and he locks you up with a fastball in.
Yeah, which he did to Pedro.
Catcher's got a lot going on in the dugout, right? He's got to think about, who's coming up next inning, the game plan that he's got to present as a catcher. So maybe you can't pay as much attention as a position player. But, as a young player, if you watch the game and you're on the top step, it'll tell you what's going on. It's an open book. You just got to read it.
Yeah, good stuff. And to your point about game plan, the video you watched on Kyle Freeland, maybe he didn't have the stuff he has on this night,
right?
When he's popping the fastball and throwing other pitches for strikes. So maybe you're not totally prepared for what this guy's showing you tonight.
Yep, you got to just pay attention.
1-2 with 1 out, target away. So I'm thinking, what does that tell you? Probably a little off speed. He threw the slider.
But it's right there, and maybe second time around he falls into a different pattern. But if you're watching and you're looking on the bench, you'll have a good idea. And for a young player, it's something you pay attention to.
Yeah, lesson learned. 2-2. 3-2.
I mean, you can't look fastball in right here, but it's on your mind, right? You've seen him strike out 3 right-handers in a row looking at the heater in. So I'm at least thinking about it right here.
Yeah. Youngsters Sierra and Reynolds watching intently.
Why can't you look in there? Well, then if he drops the changeup or anything away, you can't get to it. So that's why it's dangerous. And look at the pattern right there. Everything away to Trey because he pulled the ball hard first time up.
Mercedes-Benz on the pitch cast. Turner fights one off.
Pretty good AB working. Such a big pitch right here. I mean, the guy in the batter's box is a game changer when he gets to first.
Pitch number 50 coming for Freeland. That ball is really well hit. It is carrying. Ian Desmond can only play the carom, and Trey Turner is already at second base. Boy, he's had 2 great swings tonight.
9-pitch beauty right there for Trey Turner. First double of the season, so a couple good at-bats for Trey. Dave Martinez is loving this. With Adam Eaton on the shelf, Trey Turner's been leading off, and if he can get on base, watch. Now you're in the pitcher's head. Now Kyle Freeland has to worry about the guy on second base, even though there's nobody out, or there's 1 out, stealing third base. And he will be looking to run here.
Turner 5 for 5. He has swiped third this year. LeMahieu trying to keep him close. Rendon, ball 1.
And if you're Trey Turner on second, you're looking to see if Kyle Freeland gets into a pattern with his looks. Is he a 1-looker, a 2-looker, a no-looker? What does he do? There's 1 look.
2-0. Freeland, by the way, usually really tough in the first 3 innings. 1.50 ERA this year after the 3rd inning. 10.13. And he's probably thrown at least 3 innings worth of pitches. So this is the time of the game when he starts scuffling a bit. 2-0 with 1 out. Yeah, 1 look again, huh?
Three pitches with 1 look. I mean, now you got to let Anthony hit, though. 3-0 count, you're going nowhere. But
Trey Turner still hitting around 400 career against Colorado pitching. Maybe inner half, not to Anthony's liking.
He's one-looked him every single time, and these are things you see in the scouting report, Carp. I'm just noticing it up here, but they already have this. Hey, he's a one-looker, occasional two-looker, sometimes no-looker. See what he does here. See if he falls in the same pattern with the one look. There's one, and then usually he goes right here.
First and second for Bryce Harper with one out. Rendon has walked twice.
All right, DC Lexus dealers, they donate $250 to the Children's National Health System for the first 200 homers hit by the Nats this year. Lexus, experience amazing. Heads up on the first pitch right here. He likes to swing early in these situations.
Pop up to short first time. Yeah, didn't get the fastball. That thing's sliding away. Speed to burn on the bases for the Nats right now, and Trevor Story has to hang around second.
Well, everything from Freeland so far has been moving in to right-handers. Chip Hale and Dave Martinez are thinking if Bryce is thinking left center field, he got a good shot of hitting something hard here.
He got a fastball low. 2-1. Lefty-lefty matchup here. First couple of pitches away. Thanks to Turner. A lot of room on the left side of the infield. That was close. 3-1.
Such a good take. He's looking out there, and he is looking to drive that to left center. Picked up the rotation, knew it was going to be a ball. What do you do here? Trying to locate a heater.
And Bryce pops it up again. Short center, and that's the right fielder Carlos Gonzalez for the second out.
So you've been seeing everything into righties, and it seems like Kyle Freeland's really comfortable to the glove side. What does that mean? He's throwing everything away to lefties into righties, and you see the sequence. He's telling Bryce Harper, if you're going to beat me, you got to go oppo. And that one had a little bit of play. You hear the frustration from Bryce. He thought he could handle that pitch. Twilight too, that wasn't an easy play. This is a time of night, but as an outfielder you dread fly balls because the lights haven't taken effect yet.
Yeah, Carlos Gonzalez has won 3 Gold Gloves. He gave Ian Desmond and DJ LeMahieu lots of help there. So here's Ryan Zimmerman. Clean single, really hard hit to left first time up. All over that one, and it goes absolutely straight back. So Zimmerman now 3 for 4 career against Freeland. Inside the Numbers presented by PNC. So most homers against somebody outside the division. Ryan Zimmerman loves the West and Milwaukee. It's a good hitting ballpark there. Ryan career 17 homers, 70 RBIs against the Rockies, hitting .340 or so. There it goes. If it's fair, it's gone. And it hooks for a loud second strike.
But you see what he's done this whole at bat, right? He's paying attention. He knows that Freeland's going to try to jam him in. He came first pitch fastball in. He fouled it straight back. Ryan is a guy that if you've watched him play is right center in RBI situations. But as a veteran guy, he knows this guy's going to pound me in. He might have scared him away from the fastball in after that swing. We'll see what happens here with 2 strikes. But his game plan so far in this at bat, turn and burn.
This will be a very interesting pitch selection and location on 1 and 2. Out to center. Ian Desmond. First 3 innings in the book. Nationals have done some loud swinging so far, but no score. Their families, those who defend our freedom, and we pay them tribute with a wave of the cap. So it's our Navy Federal Credit Union Troop Recognition, proudly serving the armed forces, veterans, and their families for over 80 years. Middle innings are here. Parra, Arenado, and Gonzalez against Tanner Roark, who had a second inning of 11 pitches, a third inning of 10 pitches, and he sits at 40 with 27 strikes prior to that pitch away to Parra. Fly ball to left, first time up. So Freeland 24 pitches more through 3 innings than Tanner Roark. Nats have made him work long and hard with some extended Rendon and Turner at bats. No way to reach that one. And Roark trying to bolt that swing back fastball, just missing.
Tried to front hip him.
Ooh, could have gone either way. 2-2.
Yeah, we talk about it every time he pitches. That's the pitch every start revolves around for Tanner, especially left-handed hitters, that front hip sinker. And I think he's had a pretty good feel for it so far this year. I think he's looking for that pitch, and Pedro Severino hasn't given it to him yet.
Just enough contact to foul it. Parra came in 5 for 14 against Tanner. Tanner Roark's 114th big league start tonight. 56-39 career.
He tries to run one back here one more time under Parra's hands.
And a good matchup. Good battle continues here. 2-2 again.
Little slider.
And he spoiled that like the one a couple of pitches ago. So there have been some extended at bats tonight. Arenado 10 pitches against Roark before walking first inning. The aforementioned 9 pitch at bats by Rendon and Turner. And now this one goes into pitch number 10. Ooh, elevated a bit. Didn't get the call, and Tanner took a long look into Ron Culpa.
Well, sometimes the umpire's got to stick with the comeback fastball too, and the 4 and 10 are both that pitch, and both are right on the edge, and they went Parra's way.
Yeah, I thought maybe after Culpa saw that first one. He's seen a couple in there now. That can't be a bad thing. 3-2. Had him reaching, and that ball will reach the seats.
Pretty good at bat right now by Parra. He's battling. Tanner's pulling out everything. Where do I throw him now? 12th pitch coming.
Parra struck out 67 times in 392 at bats last year, so he puts bat on ball more often than not. He'll put it on the ball there, and Bryce Harper back, not too much. So a 12 pitch first out in the 4th.
Show you some punch outs in this game so far. Starting pitching's been the story. Tanner Roark's done a nice job, and so has Kyle Freeland. Fastball in's been his pitch to righties. Tanner's been mixing it up. Tanner's a guy you can't think with. That's what makes him so effective. You try to guess with Tanner Roark, it's going to be a long night.
Nolan Arenado, only Rockies base runner so far. He's got some kind of slider going tonight.
Got a nice tempo going too. Both pitchers not waiting around. You climb the ladder here or bounce a slider? We'll see what they decide on. Above the Colorado or down and away in the dirt?
That one got a lot of plate, but Turner's there with the backhand. Right on target. 2 down.
All right, baseball's back in D.C., and thankfully so is the spring weather. What a weekend with weather this weekend. Enjoy the warmer temperatures. 4-game set, Rockies Nats here at Nats Park. Visit Nationals.com for tickets. And Bryce will be here too. Was it supposed to be 85 tomorrow too?
Nice. 105 tomorrow, 135 Sunday.
82 tomorrow and 64 on Sunday, but it's looking like the rain might hold off till after the game. We'll see.
Scherzer, Strasburg. They were unbelievable Monday and Tuesday. John Gray for the Rockies tomorrow. And the lefty, another lefty, Tyler Anderson on Sunday. That ball hit well, deep center. Taylor's only watching it, and that thing is way out of here. Number 3 on the year for Carlos Gonzalez. The Rockies' first hit goes a long way.
It looked like it was a two-seam fastball moving away from Cargo, and he went out there and hooked it to right center. Yeah, ball's flying here tonight, no doubt about it. You got to get it up in the air. Yeah, he did. That pitch was on the outer third. He kind of got around it. Big leg kick, caught it out front. Look at the head, perfectly still. Tremendous extension, and here's the sound. Didn't have the loudest sound, did it?
He knew it. Carlos Gonzalez, 218th career home run. 438. That thing almost got into the second deck below the scoreboard.
The more I watch baseball up here, the more, I mean, the way the ball's flying out of the ballpark, there's certain times against certain hitters where you just don't even fight back into the count anymore. You know, you get behind to an Arenado, a Bryce Harper, an Anthony Rendon, a Cargo.
Give him first, huh?
Well, in a way, yeah. I mean, you don't flat out walk them, but you pitch them backwards, you bounce stuff, you make them really earn it.
On the appeal, Gabe Morales says it's a swing by Chris Iannetta. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
It's so easy to say up here. I mean, Tanner's, you know, he's a gamer. He wants that third out and get back in the dugout. He's out there battling, so his mindset is, you ain't hitting me.
Got in on his hands. Howie Kendrick is there. So the Rockies have 1 hit. Carlos Gonzalez a long way. Howie will lead off. Taylor Defoe to follow. 1-0, middle of the 4th. More on car insurance. Wow, Teddy takes out Abe, who hasn't won a race this year. And so Tom Jefferson's going to win his 4th. George a couple. Teddy a couple. Dirty tricks against the right field wall. Visit Geico.com. See how much you could save.
Is it Tom's birthday today?
Wow.
I think I saw that somewhere.
Everybody had a birthday yesterday. Experience the power and toughness of Ram at your local dealer. Or log on to ramtrucks.com and get to work. Guts, glory, Ram. And here comes Howie. 2 men aboard, first inning. Friedland went off speed on a full count to strike him out.
Yeah, Thomas Jefferson was born April 13th, 1743. It would have been his 700th birthday. 704 by my math.
Still so quick.
He looks good.
On the run. Story takes care of that. Friedland tried to get to it, not sure that he touched it. Looks like a 6-3. Michael A. and Wilmer Defoe, the next two. Fastball buzzed him inside corner for the called strikeout first time. Count in his favor. You conjuring up a long fly ball with your hand motions here?
Yeah, my body language is catch one out front, get in the air.
All right. Nice rip on a pitch tailing away at 91.
Although the catch one out in front, it isn't what you do anymore.
Yeah, they go all over, don't they?
No, but you should let the fastball travel deep now and getting underneath it. Because the old school used to be, I'm catching this out front, but you know, you're susceptible to everything else. Now it's back the fastball up and use your lower half to create elevation.
Straight back, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, went to the well, right? Struck him out the fastball in first time up, went back in there. Nice job of fouling it off and buying himself another pitch.
Friedland 11-13 career, 31st big league start, second against the Nats. Hit hard here last year, but the Rockies hit our pitchers harder, and he got a career win against Washington. Taylor guiding that one foul.
Well, you remember last July 9th at Colorado, he had a no-hitter going. Through 8 1/3, he had 9 strikeouts. It was against the White Sox, a bloop single, if I remember right, to left field. But there's only been one no-hitter thrown at Coors Field, and it was Hideo Nomo.
2-2. Good take, and the count's full.
A no-hitter at Coors Field should count for like 3.
Wipe out the walks and call it a perfect game. Tapper left side, cutting it off. Arenado, probably the best in the business. 5 consecutive Gold Gloves, 2 outs.
Well, speaking of no-hitters at Coors Field, it's Friday the 13th, so the gang asked me for some of my superstitions before the ball game. Route to the ballpark is simple. If you win, you take the same route. If you lose, you mix it up. A lot of guys get in the batter's box the same way, eat the same pregame meal. Jumping over the foul line, I used to touch the first base bag on the way out and the way in if you're in the first base dugout, and the third base bag if you're in the third base dugout. You don't talk about a no-hitter, and I think all Nats fans know about same seats. If you're going good in the dugout, you get up, you high-five somebody, and you go right back to the seat you were sitting in, and everybody in the dugout's yelling same seats.
Dan Kolko, an informal Friday the 13th poll of some of our players earlier today. You'll get some of that later from our reporter downstairs. Look forward to that. 1-0 to Wilmer Defoe.
I used to stretch, come out, and run my sprints at 6:42 every single game for a 7:05 game. It's more routine than superstition.
Yeah, yeah.
But you feel like if you get away from your routine, you're kind of letting everything get away from you. You know, if you have a routine, you stay with it in good times and bad times. And if you start wavering with your routine, then you're lost.
Yeah.
You gotta stick with it, man. I remember one time in A-ball, I had a hitting streak going, and I had a Big Mac fries and an orange drink every single day, and I was sick to my stomach every single game. But I kept doing it because I had a hitting streak going.
Leading the league in hitting and calories.
Yeah, I gained 20 pounds during that hitting streak, but it was Big Mac fries and an orange drink every single day.
You started a line drive hitter and ended the streak a home run guy.
Didn't get the first. That's how the streak ended.
Oh, that's too bad. Two-two to Defoe. And Wilmer out to right center. Not deep. Cargo taking charge out there, and he's also driven in the Rockies' run with that long home run. The fourth inning of Nationals baseball brought to you by the all-wheel drive RAV4 Toyota. What drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. Mr. Lincoln presiding over a beautiful Friday night. Desmond Story McMahon, 6-7-8 for Colorado, and Tanner Roark trying to get that outside edge. Missing 65th pitch, 43 strikes. And the former net pop up to Defoe out in short right field, first time up. He was all in on a 2-0 heater. Desmond's last year here, he hit only .233. But 19 homers, 62 RBIs, stole 13 bases. .285 in Texas the following year, made the All-Star team. .274 for the Rockies last year. And Tanner gets him looking. Roark's first strikeout since the third, and his third of the game. Nissan will cast it.
I'll tell you what, if he keeps pitching the way he's pitched so far this year, the numbers and everything else that goes with those numbers is going to take care of itself. Now, he probably doesn't have the results that he'd like, especially last game. I thought he pitched real well against the Mets. You know, minus a couple of taters. But he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball down, mixing it up, and keeping the Rockies off balance so far. Just one pitch to Cargo, the difference in this game. And sometimes, every once in a while, you need a little help from your offense.
Trevor Story pop up to short to end the second. This time a chopper to short. Here comes Turner. Glove, hand, high throw. Trevor Story easily beats it. That'll bust up an 0 for 10 for the Colorado shortstop.
Story smelling the hit the whole way here. Trey Turner did everything he could. I think even a low throw here, he's safe. He's past the bag already. And usually see Trey jump on that, but he didn't have time to. He knew that Story was boogieing down the line, so an infield single for Story.
That'll get their number 8 hitter in there, Ryan McMahon, who bounced out to Defoe first time at second base. Now he's been there almost every day, but he's in left field tonight. Kind of an unusual night for Tanner Roark. Only 2 ground ball outs. Trevor Story leads the Rockies in steals. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, based on the way he just got down the line, that's a part of his game. I haven't seen him play enough to realize he can run a little bit.
Yeah. This one going to be up in the air for a while. Howie Kendrick, a long run. He's there for the foul ball. 2 outs. All right, pitchers matching up here. Let's go down to Dan.
Bob, the National 5th starter spot has been in discussion since spring training. Jeremy Hellickson, signed to a minor league contract, has been down in Florida in extended spring training through a side session 2 days ago, according to Davey Martinez, and is getting to the point now where he feels like he's ready. There's A.J. Cole in the Nationals bullpen today. Davey Martinez saying the Nats aren't ready to make a decision yet on what they'll do with Hellickson and Cole, but Cole is out in the bullpen.
Yeah, his next start would be Monday night at Citi Field after Max and Strasburg go the next 2 days. AJ had a pretty good outing against Atlanta the other night. 2 runs, 3 hits, 5 Ks, 2 walks, and 5 1/3. That's the 12-inning game the Nationals lost 5-3.
Yeah, Ryan McMahon fouled that off. Maybe his back foot? Where's that Kyle Freeland? Excuse me. My bad. Yeah, off his back pinky toe.
So Keith Duggar, the trainer, out there. Freeland all right to continue. 0-1 is the count with 2 outs.
Pretty healthy rip by the Rockies pitcher right there. Told he's a good athlete. A couple of good athletes on the mound tonight. Tanner Roark won a state championship as a quarterback in Illinois in high school.
Fields his position as well as anybody in baseball. Big curve. Tanner to his right, got to hurry. And look at Freeland get down the line. So they were both on display right there. Get this guy some runs. Tanner Roark working hard tonight. Carlos Gonzalez has done that 218 times. Kyle Freeland in the dugout for an extended time. He just came out to pitch against the Nats in the bottom of the 5th. It's Sandy Spring Bank. They help people and businesses reach their goals every day. Sandy Spring Bank, from here for 150 years. So Scherzer tomorrow, Strasburg Sunday, 3 with the Mets. So our next 5 takes us through the first part of the road trip. A day off next Thursday, then Dodger Stadium for the weekend, and San Francisco after that. And the odd thing is, after the Nats come home for the next homestand, we will go right back out west to San Diego for 3 and Arizona for 4.
Let's see if Kyle Freeland's hobbling around out there. He took a while to get to the mound. I don't know what they did to his toe in the dugout. He got down the line fairly quickly.
Sure did.
But since he took time to get out there, we had time to show you that again, and we'll all keep an eye on it.
Pitch count not in his favor for a deep into the game outing. 79 pitches, 46 strikes through 4. Severino, Roark, and Turner. Pedro got buzzed with that inside fastball first time. So he's up there hacking and maybe sensing that. Iannetta and Freeland teaming up for an off-speed pitch.
Well, this might be, getting back to the Friday the 13th superstition thing, a good time to change seats.
Severino with Arenado playing back, trying to lay one down third base way. Pedro 8 for 24 to start the season. Reaching out to short, Trevor Story. That is a catcher who can really get down the line.
All right, Sunday, April 29th, Kids Opening Day at the Yard. Celebrate that with Junior Nats Kids Club. Join Screech and all of his mascot friends. That'll be fun, in celebrating his birthday, and take home a party favor. The first 10,000 kids ages 12 and under receive a fidget spinner presented by the Peanuts. Tell your parents to visit nationals.com for tickets, or you just go on there and get them yourself.
Screech can't wait. Tanner Roark bouncer to second first time up. Hunting his first base hit of the year. Max Scherzer has a couple. Strasburg a base hit. A.J. Cole has a home run. That one was unreachable. 1-1.
Well, you know my line, right? Pitchers used to give you the stink eye in the dugout because you weren't hitting. I'd say, you got a bat.
Yeah,
do
something.
You're hitting ninth. You'd practice every day at hitting too.
Short right. Here comes Cargo. Oh! And it is a base hit for Tanner's first of the year. They play pitcher shallow on the offside, but sometimes it doesn't help.
You got a bat, do something. A knock for Tanner Roark, and maybe that's what the Nats needed to get going in this one. Trey doing his part. First time up, got robbed by a former Gold Glover on a diving play. Nice play, tip your cat. Kyle Freeland loved it. And this time up, got into a hitter's count and drilled it all the way over Ian Desmond's head for a leadoff double. Let's see what he does now. And we told you last night he loves playing against the Rockies.
Yeah, 1 for 2 tonight. So career around 425 against Colorado pitching. 3 homers, 13 RBIs. Nine pitch at bat culminating in that double last time up.
Ryan McMahon holding Tanner Roark on with the right-hander up. You remember Max Scherzer stole the other night. I wonder if they're thinking about it again. The reason I say that, Carp, is a lefty, they never throw over when a pitcher's there. You go first move and ambush him right here. And we've seen Dave Martinez do some things that you don't usually see early in the season that we like.
And a good take by Turner. 3-1 now. Worthy to note, Trey has 11 hits, 9 walks already. He walked 30 times last year in over 410 plate appearances, and that's outside. So Trey will be watching Tanner Roark on the back end of a possible double steal, or not.
I have the big boys hit now, but a good at-bat by Trey Turner. Anthony Rendon, who's had a couple good looks at Kyle Freeland, walked twice, and you see the average through the order. Third time starting right now with the walk to Trey Turner.
Steve Foster, the Rockies pitching coach. Worthy to note, 5 plate appearances by Turner and Rondon tonight. They've been on 4 times, and the only time not on base, that line drive to left we showed, on which Parra robbed Trey. So Rendon has walked twice. Bryce Harper's on deck. And the Rockies nursing a 1-0 lead. Big juncture in this game for their lefty, Kyle Freeland, who's up over 90 pitches now. Scott Oberg, right-hander, in their bullpen warming.
Well, if you change seats, this is the same seats.
That taken all the way after a walk. This guy's got great knowledge of the strike zone. There's Oberg. And right now, Freeland flying open, can't get it back toward the plate.
One pitch, one spot, something elevated that you can drive here. Anthony Rendon knows that.
Last time out, 94 pitches in 6 innings against the Braves. 87 before that, 5 1/3 against the Padres. 2-1. Rendon a homer, 4 RBIs.
We don't talk about it enough, but that's one where the net saves somebody.
Yeah.
Those little check swings that have tons of velocity to them, and you don't have time as a fan to get your hand up. That net just saves somebody in the first 2 rows. Nobody's fielding that one.
Yeah, all the ballparks featuring safety netting now. That's great. 2-2 with 1 out. Rendon hooks it down the line, way foul.
Well, big crowd. They've been here a while. They are waiting to cheer.
1 run on 4 hits last night. 3 hits tonight. Three walks as well. Got him on the foot, straight down. And Anthony hobbles out of there.
Well, he's got the guard on his shoe and his shin on that left leg. And of course, it got him in the one spot that's not protected. Doesn't that always happen? Watch where it gets him, right on his toe. The only spot that's exposed.
walking around trying to get some feeling back in that thing. Jason Worth told me one night he foul went off his foot. He couldn't feel his foot for several minutes, and then he and CB Buckner got into it because Buckner wanted him back in the box, and he said, I can't feel my foot.
That was in Baltimore against the Orioles. I remember. Buck Showalter was chirping too.
2-2 again. Big gap left center. How about up the middle? Roark to third. Bob Henley holds him. Tanner checking to make sure that ball got through. And the bases are loaded for Bryce Harper.
And check out the sequence. Great at bat by Anthony Rendon. His foot's still barking at first base, so we'll keep an eye on that. But right now, we'll show you the sequence between Kyle Freeland and Anthony Rendon. A little check swing piece there. I think he fouls it off his foot. Coming up. There it is. And then a little lean you up the middle, and Tanner Roark had the freeze. Watch Tanner top of your screen. He had to turn around, belly of the baseball, made sure it dropped. And with Bryce Harper stepping in, Bob Henley did a nice job of holding Tanner Roark. Well, here you go, folks. If you tuned into this game for some excitement, Bryce Harper, bases loaded, down by one, and the crowd is into it.
He's got Harper in the air twice.
Well, I mean, I can't put it any more frank. This is where the superstars make their money. This is where, when your team's scuffling offensively and your team's having a tough go of it, you get a situation like this, and you're the caliber of player that Bryce Harper is. This is when the superstars deliver. That's why they get paid the big bucks for situations just like right here, right now.
Had 2 for 10 in the Atlanta series. Rockies stopped him last night, so trying to bust up an 0 for 6 against Colorado here. Nolan Arenado is way off the third base bag, probably 35 feet. Tanner Roark can come as far down the third base line as he wants. There's the sac fly zone. Trying to at least get one to the green.
It's like he's spreading out and crouching down with 2 strikes.
I like it. Off speed, in the air to left. That is deep enough to tie the game. Tanner Roark speeding down the line. And Bryce Harper's 13th RBI ties it.
Good job, Tanner Roark, starting this whole thing up. And Bryce Harper with the 2-strike adjustment ties the game, and Bud Black going to come out and get his lefty.
Yeah, a lot of pitches. As Freeland won't be able to go 5.
It's a good ball game.
All tied up now as Bryce delivers to tie things up. Zimmerman next against Oberg. If you need expert printing, the UPS store has you covered. Together, there's nothing they can't solve. 1-1, 5th inning. without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Big crowd on a Friday night, and Bryce Harper's 13th RBI.
Well, pretty good two-strike adjustment. He spread out, kind of shortened his swing up a little bit. And a night when the ball's carrying, did a nice job of getting it out there far enough to score the hustling Tanner Roark. You got a bat, do something, Tanner. He did.
He did.
Tied it up.
Ryan Zimmerman against Scott Oberg, 1 for 4 career with a run batted in. Great speed at second and at first. Turner and Rendon. Breaking ball to the knees, outer edge. Ryan base hit to left first time. Fly ball when he got jammed slightly. Fly ball to center in the third.
Hasn't given up a hit to a righty.
And this one chopped to short. Trevor Story. Pretty good pitching on both sides tonight, but the Nats are into the Rockies bullpen. A run in the 5th ties it up. To tie the ball game, so good pitching tonight. Tanner Roark still in the game, and he could stick around for a while.
He done a nice job of mixing it up. Like I said, he's tough to think with. He's kept the ball down. The front hippers working to lefties. Obviously, they want a little more on the bases loaded one-out situation, but you take a tie ball game right now, and hopefully you got into the Rockies bullpen. A much improved Rockies bullpen, I might add. They spent $100 million, over $100 million in the offseason, but now you feel like Tanner and the Nats have a little momentum here, but step one, getting out this guy, DJ LeMahieu.
Yeah. Yeah, just when you tie the game, top of the order for the other guys. LeMahieu 0 for 2 tonight. Fly ball to center, line drive to left. So Roark, 78 pitches, 52 strikes. Jammed him with a fastball, 0-2. Rockies box. Arenado walk in the first inning. That was all their offense until Cargo went deep. 438 deep right center. Infield hit Trevor Story last inning, and that's it. Not used to seeing a Colorado team hitting 233. They'll get better when Charlie Blackmon's back, but they still have a lot of potent bats in this lineup. They've been better on the road than they have been at home. 2-4 at Coors, 5-3 elsewhere. Trey Turner to his left and forward, and he drops it. That'll be his second error of the year.
I'm going to check it out again and see what happened here on the chopper off the bat of DJ LeMahieu. Did it have some top spin on it? No, he just tried to catch the bottom of that big hop. Maybe peeked a little early to see where the runner was at before the ball was secure in his glove. He looked like he was in a hurry on this play, but look where his eyes are. They're toward the first base bag and not down toward the baseball, and that might have been the difference of him securing that ball or dropping it.
Parra, Arenado now the next two.
So watch where his eyes are. If you could stop it for me right there. And it's hard to see the ball when it's behind you like that, but he was already going toward the next step of seeing where the runner was and thinking about the exchange before he secured it. Happens.
And a base hit to right. The air's going to hurt. Turning for third is LeMahieu. Arenado coming up, and now the Rockies trying to retake the lead.
Yeah, I think he wanted that away. You see the reach by Pedro Severino all the way across the plate. So about a glove and a half mistake leads to a first and third situation for the Rockies.
Arenado tonight a 10-pitch walk. Ground ball to short in the fourth. Sammy Solis is up. And Severino to the bag. Zimmerman the blind swipe tag, and Parra back.
Well, here's the battle right now. You got a guy that drove in 130 runs right now in the batter's box. So obviously Nolan Arenado knows what he's doing in these situations. And usually he's thinking up the middle right center field. Tanner Roark last year did such a good job of inducing ground ball double plays. So he's going to pitch the ball down below the strike zone, trying to get the double play. Arenado's going down for the ball, trying to lift it to the outfield to get at least a sac fly. So the game within the game, Tanner will gladly trade a double play for just one run.
Everything away.
I think Nolan's asking what the count is before he gets back in the box, making sure it's 2-1.
So you can lose track, huh?
Sometimes. Especially on borderline pitches if you don't have a very vocal umpire.
That is about a foot or two outside the bag. Ben May on the call.
In April. Yeah, he wasn't thinking right center on this one. I'll show you it down the line. Nice call, Ben. Good form.
Two, and Arenado's had some extended ABs tonight.
Do you think about elevating here with 2 strikes? High heater, see if he'll go with you up the ladder.
Yeah, maybe if you get one up where it's not a strike, and he chases target. At least Severino showing low on the throw over. Popped him up. Zimmerman and Defoe. Ryan for the first out. Now a big matchup. Roark and Carlos Gonzalez.
Huge out right there, and he climbed the ladder. Arenado went with him. Didn't get the bunch out, but just as good the pop up to Ryan Zimmerman, and now you're really hunting that ground ball, and Arenado's not happy. That guy's as intense as they get. And he's as hard as him on himself as they get too.
.438-foot home run, deep right center last time.
I think it was a fastball two-seamer down the way too. He went out there and hooked it.
Target up again.
And it was a 2-0 pitch. See if he goes change up here and gets a ground ball.
Two right-handers to follow here. LeMahieu reaching on the air. Parra the base hit. Now we'll see how much he wants to have to do with Gonzalez. 3 consecutive fastballs, well up.
Well, definite green light situation for the Rockies, you'd think.
And the catcher, Iannetta, next. High strike, and Cargo almost tossed his bat away.
Big lead by Parra at first.
And Gonzalez out to right center. Bryce Harper's going to get there. He'll fire it into second to keep the runner at first, and the Rockies on top with an unearned run. Carlos Gonzalez, RBI number 9, second of the night. Parra hasn't attempted a steal this year.
Break his belt? What's he doing?
'77 career steals. That throw low right into the runner. First pitch, 7:05 tonight. We're into the 9 o'clock hour here. And a big crowd on a Friday night at Nationals Park. First Friday night home game of the year. And 2-1 Rockies. It's been a struggle to get some offense going tonight. It's a good slider. Nats at home 2-5. They've lost 7 of 9. Going back to a couple of losses last week in Atlanta before coming home against the Mets, the Braves, and now the Rockies.
Tell you what, you go first and third, nobody out against the Rockies lineup with Arenado Gonzalez coming up, and you wiggle out of this thing just giving up 1 run. That's a nice job. I still got a big out to get here in Chris Iannetta, but just saying, this is a tough lineup to cut through 2 times, let alone 3 times. And if you'd have told Tanner he'd give up just 2 runs through 6 before this one, I'm sure he'd say, I'm in. Like I said, still a big out to get here, though.
Runner goes, pitches a strike. Severino's throw, and Defoe slapping the tag down. It appeared on the back of the runner. Pedro Severino cutting down his first base runner of the year. Mike Redmond, the bench coach, on the phone here. Looks like we're going to play on. Nats coming up bottom 6 with Kendrick.
First and third, nobody out. Heart of the order coming up. You're hoping, if you're Dave Martinez, this isn't going to be a big inning. Pedro Severino with a great throw on the money. Got rid of it quick. Popped the mask off. Good tag by Wilmer Defoe. Fios by Verizon Expo going to show you that tag. Right on the hip before the hand got there. From TVs to tablets, everything is amazing on the 100% fiber optic network. Visit getfios.com today. No, 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 no. Don't run on me.
Kind of a not in my house statement by the young catcher. He's got some swagger to his game. It's not a bad thing.
Mind that at all.
Tanner Roark up to 96 pitches after that inning. There's Howie Kendrick. And a line drive. Boy, it almost took LeMahieu into right field with it. Howie 0 for 3 tonight.
Those will sting your hand if you don't catch it in the web. Looked like he caught that one in the web, though.
Taylor 2 for 3 against Oberg, and he got jammed severely on a bunt attempt. So the Nats box. Rendon, Zimmerman walk single in the first. Turner double in the third. A walk to Rendon. They left 2 that inning, as well as they did in the 5th, but that's when Bryce delivered the sac fly, driving in Tanner Roark, who had singled with 1 out. He tries to bunt again. That ball hit him, and evidently Michael was still in the box.
Well, I'm watching Nolan Arenado at third base. He wasn't buying the first bunt, and he was still back. Because if he's anywhere near, that's the last guy you want to bunt on. And he wasn't buying it after the first attempt. That's why he squared around again. He's still at it. He's really got it now if he wants to try with 2 strikes.
Brandon Kintzler for the Nats.
You know, I always thought as a hitter, when you spread out, kept your foot down early, you saw the ball like a beach ball. But it was always hard to get to that fastball because there was nothing really getting you going. If you watch Michael, though, his hands are moving, and he kind of pulls them back a little bit, so there's his rhythm.
Taylor rips one to left, and here comes Parra. Can't hit it any harder, and that's why it carried to the left fielder. The Nats gashing 2 balls here in the 6th, and nothing to show.
Yeah, a couple of good at-bats.
Defoe is next. Wilmer 0 for 1 against Scott Oberg. So he's retired 3 straight since the Harper sac fly when he took over for Kyle Freeland.
Check this out. We've seen Wilmer hit the ball there a million times on the ground. And the Rockies have data that says play the shift on Wilmer Defoe, but I've seen him hit a bunch of ground balls to short left-handed.
Yeah, slow roller could be a double.
Maybe Bud Black just thinking, well, we got Nolan Arenado over there. He'll cover that whole side of the infield by himself.
Three and 0. Last couple of years, Scott Oberg's been the busiest Rocky. This is his 160th relief appearance since he debuted in 15. Walks Wilmer Defoe on 4, and that gets Pedro Severino into the box. That's why Kinsler's warming up in case this gets down to the pitcher's spot. Every time the Nats walk, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 to Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Washington. 67 walks, 33.50 so far. Cha-ching. And Care First encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Go for a walk.
Go for a steal. How much are those worth?
Defoe 1 for 2. Severino facing Scott Oberg for the first time.
Kind of quick pitched him right there. Quick delivery to the plate.
Moise Sierra on deck for Roark. Now the Rockies have their bullpen double barrel working. Severino to third. Arenado just scoops it up, fires him out. Nats have stranded 7 tonight. Bats are still quiet as we go top 7. Two-hitter, 102 pitches when he shut out the Braves Monday night. 5th career shutout, 9th career complete game. And John Gray will be on the mound looking for his 2nd win for the Rockies. We'll get you going at 12:30. Matson 2 with Nets extra. First pitch 105 from Max tomorrow. 2-1 Rockies, 2-3-0, 1-4-1 Nats. Brandon Kintzler about to take over. No better time to act than today. PNC make today the day. We got a good look at Jose Marmolejos, 25-year-old first baseman outfielder during spring training. Career .288 minor league hitter and a 2-time Nationals minor league player of the year. Got his first homer with Syracuse yesterday. Well done, Jose. Like him a lot. Kintzler's 6th appearance, 7 earned runs in 5 innings on 7 hits. Mets gave him a rough ride last weekend. And his first pitch to Chris Iannetta in there for a strike. 7th inning underway.
It looked like that foul ball off Anthony Rendon's toe is giving him issues. He's out of the game.
Yeah, the Nats have 3 different defensive changes. So Wilmer Difo from 2nd to 3rd. Howie Kendrick from left to 2nd. And then leading off the 7th on the double switch, Moises Sierra, the left fielder.
You know, when he got to first base, he was still hurting. And here's what we're talking about. Check out the shin guard, the foot guard, but it got him right on the toe, right where the shin guard and the foot guard isn't. Always happens that way, and we hope he's okay. Dave Martinez can't afford to lose him.
One and 2 to Iannetta. First career bat against Brandon Kintzler. And he buzzes him with a high fastball in the zone. First out.
Little comeback fastball, I believe. I was writing on my scorecard with all the changes. Yeah, I got it right. Came back right in the box. Nicely done.
Ian Desmond next for the Rockies. And Desmond 0 for 2 tonight. 3 for 7 with a solo home run against Kintzler career. That turned him around.
Yeah, Brandon's had some tough luck early in the season. When you're a pitch to contact guy to the bullpen at late innings, you're at the mercy of, are my ground balls going at people or are they finding holes?
Yeah.
He made a few mistakes here and there, but the numbers don't indicate the luck that he's had, I guess, is how you say it early in the season. It hasn't been good. Probably a little up in the zone more than he wants to be right now, and he'll fix that. And like I said last time, he took the hill. There are no worries in the first base dugout about this guy. Close.
Desmond a pop up to second and a called third strike. He's 0 for 2. Right down the middle, 2 down.
Yeah, same way. This one a little lower than the one to Iannetta, but he just starts it off the plate. Desmond gives up on it. Look at the late run back to the outside corner. Ian Desmond could just stand there and watch it. That's all he can do with that pitch.
Next up for the Rockies, Trevor Story with 2 outs before the 7th inning stretch. Defoe even with a bag at third. We saw this guy's speed last time up on that ground ball toward Trey Turner. Trevor Story, first career at bat against the Nats right-hander.
All right, you go to the well again. 2 strikeouts looking, two seamers off the plate, coming back for strike 3. See if he goes there again. You'd think he would. I mean, if it's a video game, right? Easy to say up here, tough to execute down there, but I'm thinking they try again.
Over but low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Close. Pitch track or pitch cast loves the low pitch. That's like the 10th time I've done that this year. We need to get a fine jar up here. Pitch cast, pitch cast, pitch cast.
2-2. Going to be a long throw for Defoe. Guns it to Zimmerman, and Trevor Story flying down that line. Time to stretch at Nationals Park. Big crowd still waiting for the offensive explosion. So it's 2-3-0 Rockies, 1-4-1 Nats. Yeah, let's go Nats. Looking for some offense. Brian Shaw is in for the bottom of the 7th. He pitched a scoreless 8th last night. A hit, a strikeout, 20 pitches, 11 strikes to get through that frame last night. Moises Sierra. Pinch hit for here by Matt Adams. No, wait a minute. Sierra, yeah. Sierra's in the 2 spot, so they never did make a double switch. They just took Rendon out and Sierra in his place. So this is pinch hitting for the pitcher here. Low and away, or low and in, pardon me.
Ooh. Dave Martinez's secret weapon, Matt Adams, off the bench. He's run into a few so far. Tied the game late the other day with an opposite field blast, and he was trying to go deep right there, 2-0. Didn't get a heater, though.
.93 right there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gas from Brian Shaw. Still scuffling. Nats have lost 7 of their last 9. And that was coming into this one, averaging just under 3 runs a game, 26 runs in 9 games. Batting average under 220. Worse with runners in scoring position. Last year, the Nats, for a good part of the season, hit over 300 with runners in scoring position. Just giving you some numbers now, because when this thing turns around, we will be laughing at those numbers later.
Well, I mean, you don't want to mess around too long, though, because the division's a lot stronger than it's been in the past. And we've talked about that all spring training, how the Phillies have improved, the Braves are young and eager and have improved, and obviously the Mets off to their best start. So while there's no panic based on that 2-7 we just showed you, there's probably a little concern, and there's a big difference between the two.
Yeah, Mets slugging it out with Milwaukee tonight, bottom of the 6th, a leading 6-4 at home.
But I think, hey, I think it's healthy for this ball club to have to compete. I mean, they've walked away with the division so many times, and what has that got in this organization? You know, it's nice to win 95 games. It's nice to win 97 games. It's nice to be 34 over 500 and win by 20-something games. But there's nothing wrong with a little fight and a little competition within your division and having to compete for 6 months to win something and take that into October. And maybe that's the difference this year than in the past. It's early. Yeah. It's a small snapshot. You know, if the Mets were 10-1 in July, everybody'd say the Mets are playing really well. But when you get off to a 10-1 start, it's, oh, the Mets are awesome this year. It's just a small snapshot of a 6-month season, so there's no need to panic. But I feel like the competition within your own division is very healthy for the Washington Nationals.
And I think it has a lot to do with how you play in October. You just don't flip on the switch.
Something to fight for, and maybe that's how it's going to be this year. But like I said, it's super early.
Close, and Trey Turner takes ball 2.
I saw a stat today on the MLB Network. The previous 5 teams to start the season 10-1. The Braves in 2013, they went to the NLDS. The Marlins in 2009, they didn't get to the playoffs. The Giants in 2003, they went to the NLDS and lost. The Royals in 2003, the Indians in 2002, and they both missed the playoffs. So 2 of the 5 teams that have started the season 10-1 recently made the playoffs, and the other 3 didn't.
3-2 and foul. Turner a swing and a miss as Brian Shaw's bringing the high heat here. 95 on the strikeout.
MLB At Bat is your #1 Nationals app. Customize your experience to catch every moment this year. Get Nationals home screen icons, features such as MLB.TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcast, stats and news. Download MLB At Bat today.
Moises Sierra, 1 for 2 career with an RBI against Shaw.
Trying to tie it up.
Yeah, they had some battles in the American League when Moises was with Toronto and the White Sox, and Shaw, of course, 5 years in a row, a mainstay of the Cleveland bullpen. And that's a one hopper to Trevor Story. So through 7, the Nats have a run on 4 hits after the same last night.
How about Brandon Kinsler cruising through the 7th inning? Told you nobody's worried about this guy. He's a pro's pro, a veteran, a former closer who's definitely embracing the 7th inning ground ball role for the Nats. Nice job, a couple of Ks, a ground out to 3rd. And in a pitcher's battle, that's what you get for your Miller Lite moment.
That it has been 7 total hits. 2-1 Rockies. It seems like every night the Nats bullpen pitching while behind in a hold-em situation. So here comes another one for Sammy Solis. Ryan McMahon on the foul ball. Sammy's first appearance this series.
Sammy's job to keep it 2-1 and give the Nats a chance here late.
Yeah, so Bud Black's got his bullpen lined up. Oberg, inning and a third. Shaw, nearly an untouchable 7th inning. Pat Valleca set to bat for Shaw. Big hook for the strikeout. All right, Dan, we were talking earlier about Friday the 13th. What'd you get from the players?
Well, I pulled a whole bunch of Nats, Bob, and the best story actually came from Davey Martinez, who used to play with Wade Boggs. Everyone knows the superstition with Wade Boggs. He ate chicken every day before a game. But Davey told me that Wade Boggs would also rest a bat on the side of the batting cage every day during BP. He wouldn't use it. He would just lean it against the cage. Well, one day, Davey grabbed the bat and started hitting with it during BP, and Boggs, who was running around the bases, chased after him. Davey took off down the line, and Wade Boggs chasing after him the whole way. So apparently, you leave a bat against the cage, you don't touch it.
Yeah, not a batting championship type bat. Over 200 hits so many times. Wade Boggs, one of the best pure hitters ever.
one of his other superstitions was drinking 4,000 beers between the East Coast and the West Coast. Or at least that's how the story goes.
Well said.
He could hit.
So 2 quick outs for Sammy LeMahieu, the hitter. And the last time he batted, it was a rough one for the Nats with Trey Turner dropping that ground ball. Parra immediately singled. And then 1 out later, Carlos Gonzalez got the sac fly to give them the lead. Big rip.
You don't touch anybody else's glove either, Cart. Middle infielder.
Yeah.
Pick up the glove. Their hands are kind of molded to the inside of the glove. So if you ever pick up you never put your hand in somebody else's glove.
Yeah. Not sure why you'd want to, but that's a good thing to know.
Guys on the bench will pick up your glove, and you're like, don't touch it.
Fastball inside edge, and a bang, bang, bang. 8th inning for Sammy Solis. They've got a lefty ready for Harper. Bryce will lead off, and understanding what's important, that's our M&T Bank 2-up. Bryce 0 for 2, but a sac fly tonight.
Job too. So 2-1. Just 7 hits total in the ball game as we go to the bottom of the 8th. In case you missed it, back to the 5th inning. Anthony Rendon, right before he singled up the middle, fouled off this pitch right off his, looked like his left big toe. So he's got the shin guard or the foot guard, and like it always happens, right where it wasn't. He did the same thing at first base after his hit. He kind of squatted down there. He came out of the game, so Dave Martinez keeping his fingers crossed that his third baseman is okay.
Left-hander Mike Dunn in for Harper. They'll have a righty ready right behind him. Bryce career 3 for 20 with a solo homer against this hard thrower. 7 strikeouts during those matchups. And he got a first pitch slider. Lefty-lefty matchup, and the shift is on toward the right side.
Maybe telling you how he's feeling about seeing Dunn right there. He's got the bunt down the third baseline. And you see the numbers. There is a tater in there, and I'm sure Dave Martinez would love for him to run into one right here.
Harper reaching. And the shortstop Story throws him out on a ball up the middle.
All right, the Potomac Nationals are back in town for a weekend series, the 19th through the 22nd. There's all kinds of fun stuff there. Sunday is Harry Potter Day. Don't miss that. Call the number on your screen or go to PotomacNationals.com.
Dunn. His job is done. He gets Harper. Zimmerman and Kendrick, the next two Nats in the 8th. Minutes from BWI Marshall, Amtrak, and Interstate 95. Discover the convenience of the hotels at BWI.com. By American Standard Heating and Air, find your local independent American Standard Heating and Air dealer, MidAtlanticComfort.com. And by the DMV area Volkswagen dealers, who bring you the Smile It's Spring sales event. So down here on South Capitol Street, not much traffic. And looking for some offense. Ryan Zimmerman 0 for 6 career against Adam Ottavino, who steps out, throws across his body, and FP, this guy is off to some kind of start this year.
Yeah, check out the numbers. 16 strikeouts, 1 walk. He's given up 1 hit in 8 innings pitched this year. So that means he's due to give up another one.
He's picked up a couple of wins out of the bullpen for them. And he frisbees that slider in there at 83.
That was a wiffle ball slider. Watch this. Put the holes on one side and do that.
Ooh.
I'm checking the baseball if I'm hitting right there.
Remember Dave Stieb of the Blue Jays? That slider looked like his curveball.
Serious. I'm asking the umpire to check the ball.
Zimmerman 1 for 3 with a base hit.
So you got one that goes one way. That's the 2-seamer coming into Ryan Zimmerman, trying to get inside of that. And the slider, or whatever the heck that was, goes the other way.
Two-two pitch. Right over the inside edge on a front door. 2 outs here in the 8th.
Yeah, you got one coming towards you and one going the other way. This one kind of backs up a little bit, actually. Didn't have that sweep to it, and I think that was by design. You see the grip and the rotation on it. Tough to see the dot. Yeah. Probably tough to pick up.
You don't often see a catcher's tag on a called third strike. Here's Kendrick. Howie, 1 for 5 career against Ottavino and his 10-game hitting streak on the line here.
Well, it's his bobblehead night, and he's getting loose. Probably hoping it was going to be a save opportunity.
Man, that thing is nowhere near where it is when you start your swing.
I mean, it's so hard right on right. You got to stick your teeth in there for the slider, but then if it's the two-seamer coming back at you, you get drilled. It can't be a comfortable ride right on right.
Yeah, there's the heater away, and the Rockies bullpen has been almost perfect. 1 walk by 4 different pitchers so far.
Cargo the difference in this game, so we're going to give it our 4th drive of the game. And you go back to the 4th inning, 2-0 fastball. He was all in on the heater. Not a real bad pitch. I mean, it was going away from him. He just reached out there, guessed heater, got it. 108-mile-an-hour tater, 439 feet. Hurry to your local Ford dealers to get great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs.
Sammy Solis for Gerardo Parra here. Trevor Gott appears to be next for Arenado. Top 9 hold'em situation. Right through Sammy and right through the infield. And Parra, 2nd consecutive hit. 2 for 4 tonight. Here's Arenado. Who's never hit against Sammy Solis. They have their closer working. It's a quick bat. Wade Davis, 5 saves in 6 opportunities. Some kind of bullpen they put together. Kind of like the Nats in the second half of last year. A one-run lead seemed like more because of what our opponents were facing, and you kind of get that feeling now against Colorado.
I want to say the Nats gave Wade Davis his first blown save last year.
Nolan Arenado, a very defensive swing on 0-2 again.
Going change up here, trying to get the ground ball. Did you see Pedro Severino hop inside late right there? That was not to give location. A lot of times a hitter, you look back at the catcher when your pitcher steps off, and he didn't want to give up where this pitch is going.
Arenado not biting on the changeup.
Everything away.
And a big curveball for the strikeout. Sammy Solis, 3 Ks of the 4 batters he's retired. Now he stays against the lefty Gonzalez.
Well, you like what Dave Martinez is doing here. You're stretching Sammy out. He's always struggled with, back-to-back days, so you use him for a little longer. 1 outie, give him a day off tomorrow. And he's responded. Great pitch, big out.
Yeah, 17 pitches. He's missed on just 4. And Cargo, the Rockies hitting star of the night, with a homer and the sac fly. And a shot to right center. Parra easily to third. Taylor back in. Corner situation with Iannetta coming up. And that'll be it for Sammy Solis. He'll get 4 outs and give up 2 hits. 3 strikeouts. Trevor Gott is ready. And the Nats trying to keep it close. and Gonzalez have runners at first and third. Trevor Gott trying to get his numbers to come down. 2 innings scoreless here last night. Had a strikeout, and he got through those 2 innings in the 7th and the 8th on 19 pitches, 13 strikes. So back-to-back for him now.
Yeah, 2-seam fastball, a lot of arm side run on it. It's averaging 95 this year. Kind of a quick motion, quick arm delivery. Curveball to complement it at 81.
And he faces Ionetta for the first time. So Parra got it started. Right up the middle. Gonzalez to right center. Ionetta 0 for 3, 2 Ks tonight. Big lead by the runner at first, but Cargo stayed.
Well, ideally, if you're Trevor right here, you want to locate that 2-seamer down and get a ground ball and keep this a 2-1 game.
It's a good take on a big hook.
He missed on that. Now he knows what's coming. You're thinking 2-1 heater all the way. You see the runners at the course. There's a sac fly zone. I'm running the yellow light, by the way. Good pitch. So the yellow part is you're on your own. The red is no go. The green is you better run. And that's based on the speed of the runner, the arm strength, and all kinds of other NASA stuff. But from what I've seen, that's been fairly accurate. I like it.
Yeah. Sierra in left, Taylor in center, Harper in right. Runner goes at first. That's a called third strike. Ionetta couldn't pull the trigger. Gonzalez steals second. Ian Desmond next.
Well, big punch out for Trevor Gott. You see the 2-seam fastball up in the zone. Story thinks it's going to be, or excuse me, Ionetta thinks it's going to be away, and Cargo got a huge jump. The reason I said Story is I was wondering if they're going to go after Desmond or Story here. They got a base to play with.
Trevor Gott struck out Ian last night swinging. And Desmond a 2-hopper. Howie Kendrick. So the bullpen keeps the Rockies at bay with Taylor, Defoe, and Severino 6, 7, 8 straight ahead. one blown. 59 appearances with a 2.30 ERA. His ERA a little higher this year. 2 runs on 3 hits and 5 1/3 so far.
Yeah, 2-seam fastball, cutter, curveball. If I remember right, he saved all 3 Cup wins in the NLDS last year. But if I also remember right, he was perfect until the Nats saw him at Wrigley Field and he blew his first save against him. So we'll see.
Taylor, Defoe, Severino. So career 84 saves in 94 opportunities. So his 400th career appearance starts with Taylor, who's 1 for 3 against him. 2-1 Rockies, 3 outs to go. Oh, fastball. Iannetta crossed up.
Tough to get crossed up with nobody on the first pitch. The Rockies have 4 mound visits left. They could use them all right here.
One.
You would think of all teams that are going to use their mound visits, it's the Rockies when they're home, right?
Well, maybe this bullpen will cut down on the mound visits this year.
And that's nothing against their staff. It's just where they play.
Yeah. $32,702 paid tonight, waiting for a chance to get out of their seats. Right here at the 10 o'clock hour. Two-one to Taylor, who has not homered this year.
Away.
3-1. And Wade Davis a bit of a look in.
Closing his eyes. Visualizing ball 4 or a ball hit really hard somewhere. Let's just put it that way. That might have been Wilmer Defoe in the on-deck circle saying, "You're all right."
Yeah.
All right.
Payoff pitch, nobody out.
Oh, baby!
Put Wilmer near a microphone and he's lifting up his teammates here.
He's into it. When you're on deck right now, you're thinking, I'm either A, going to be the leadoff hitter and try to get on, B, I'm butting a leadoff double over or leadoff single over. You're thinking of scenarios right now, but if you're Wilmer Defoe. But first things first, here we go.
3-2 again. Swing and a miss. 89 cutting away from Michael A.
Yeah, they don't want to get beat to the pull side here in a 1-run game late. So look at everything down and away to Michael A. Taylor. And that one started out low and got lower.
Defoe 0 for 2 with a walk. Also 0 for 2 career against Davis. Arenado edge of the grass at third. Shift on. Matt Wieters on deck. Another left-handed bat, Brian Goodwin, a little banged up. Matt Reynolds the other from the right side. Matt Wieters, by the way, has 10 career hits against Wade Davis. 10 for 27. Away from righties and boring in on lefties.
Yeah, Dave Martinez would love for Wilmer to get on anyway, get those wheels on first base, and I think then you're okay with whatever happens. Just get that tie and run aboard here in the bottom of the ninth.
And Nats had a ball game 2 days ago where they had to battle back, score in the ninth to equalize with Atlanta. Did it again in the 11th before giving up 2 in the 12th to lose.
See, this is where I think it was yesterday that Wilmer took a 3-1 fastball trying to get on. And I think that's a pretty good idea right here, too. We'll see what he decides.
That'll fill it up. And to short, right at the only man on that side, Arenado, close, 2 outs. It's up to Matt Wieters now.
I'll tell you what, if Wilmer would have done that early in the at-bat, Arenado was in on the grass and way over at third base. He had the whole left side, and then with 2 strikes, moved to shortstop.
So Matt Wieters, to break it down, 10 for 27 career against Wade Davis, 3 doubles, 4 runs batted in. And for Matt, first pinch hit appearance this year. And there's Brian Goodwin for the pitcher spot.
Well, if you're a pinch hitter with pop right here, you're thinking about one thing on a 1-0 pitch. I'm tying this game. And that's how you have to think if you're Matt Wieters right now.
Way inside, almost hit him.
Even more so here. Should be a healthy rip on a strike.
Two and 0.
Tried.
Now Colorado 1 pitch away from grabbing the first 2 of the series. Max Scherzer for Washington tomorrow. Steven Strasburg on Sunday.
Dugout shot we just showed. There's a lot of concerned faces, especially that one. Guys aren't used to losing on homestands at all. Not used to losing, period, let alone at home.
And that's won over 50 games here last year. Matt Wieters launches one foul.
Yeah, a little cutter. That's hard to keep this one fair, but he's up there to lift and separate. He's still doing it with 2 strikes. He might have scared Davis into something away here. Let's see.
Two, and the Nats have lost 8 of their last 10. Rockies in 3 hours and 4 minutes. And they have held the Nationals in this series to 2 runs total on 8 hits. Colorado pitching big time in these first 2 games. So for FB and Dan, Bob Carpenter, the Rockies 2, the Nats 1. Join us tomorrow when Max Scherzer continues the series. Coverage begins on Masson 2 at 12:30. And tonight from Nationals Park, big crowd, 32,000 plus. This has been a present.